Kia ora, I'm Ruth and welcome to my backyard in Christchurch on this stunning February morning. I cannot believe it that January has completely passed us and we're already at February, so it's time to talk you guys through what my plan is for February and show you kind of what I've done in January, and soon I'll show you how my garden is looking. Over the last couple of weeks here in Christchurch, the weather has been crazy. We've had 36+ degree days and then followed by 15-degree days. We've had crazy amounts of wind, and then it's a stunning, beautiful morning, so I thought let's actually get out here and get a video done. So what I wanted to do is just show you two books that I use while I'm planning my garden, and then kind of my garden plan going forward. So my two books that I've been using, this one, which is from Sarah the Gardener. She's in the North Island, and what I really love is it's a New Zealand based book and it goes through the seasons, and so it means that I can follow the seasons a bit, knowing that North Island, South Island slightly different, but what's going on. And the newest edition, which I just got over January, is this one here, which is the Star Garden book. Now the Star is based in Otago, so it's a Southland one, which means it's more like my climate, a little bit cooler, more like it though, but it also has week by week. So I've decided that while this year's going to be a bit crazy with having baby, finishing work, having a new routine, this could be really handy to follow through. But whenever I do my garden plans, which I'll show you soon, is I always plant what I eat. And so there will be things in here and other things that people will be planting thinking, it's a time to plant, why are you not planting them? It's because I don't particularly like them. Such as silver beet. Silver beet I know is really good for me, and I've tried to plant it and tried to eat it lots. Just not a fan. Much more rather spinach and kale, so I'll grow a lot of that and enjoy that. So each to their own. Definitely plant what you eat. There's no point in having a garden full of food that doesn't get eaten. I also use the Gardenate email system. So what that is I'll put a link down below, is twice a month I get an email of what seeds and seedlings to plant, which I find really handy because it tells me what I should be doing this month, but also what I should be doing next month, and it's for different regions. So I've got my cool region on there, and then I can plan like that. So I find that really helpful. So this is my book, which I record in what I'm planning to do. I did do a January plan, but if you watched the last video, I did get back from holiday halfway through Jan, so I didn't get overly too much done. Just a quick show you, but I got enough, which was okay. So on my tick list, what I have was beetroot. I planted some beetroot in the glass house and in the garden. Carrots are something you don't transplant, so I've planted one lot in the garden, and my plan, which hasn't quite happened but it will, is as soon as they pop up I was going to plant a next one, and as soon as they pop up I was going to plant a next one. The first lot has popped up, so I do need to plant a next one, but I haven't done that yet, and I'll keep doing that until they stop popping up, and then I'll start doing it again in spring. So that I've realized I love homegrown carrots. They're so easy here to grow, which is fantastic. So just having a constant rotation succession is fantastic, and also trying to plant a smaller lot rather than this massive lot that are already at once, which I had at the end of last year. Kale, planted those seedlings. Kohlrabi, lettuce, radish I had on my list and I haven't done it, and that's because it's one of those ones I can't decide if I want to grow or not. I do kind of like them, but maybe like 3 and then I'm done. Still might plant some radish for this month. Zucchini, I didn't end up planting any more zucchini seeds because I've decided that the ones I've got are enough for starters, but also they wouldn't get ready before it got too cool. Broccolini, planted some of them. Spinach, tatsoi, cauliflower. Onion, I had a question mark next to. Haven't done onion yet. I might get myself some seedlings instead. Chicken greens, haven't done chicken greens either. The chickens, when we got back from holiday, we had a clucky chicken, so our effort was going into stopping her being clucky anymore. She's now stopped being clucky. She's having a random summer molt, so she looks terrible, but she's back laying again and she's not clucky, so that's great. And Brussels sprouts, I've done them, and I've planted a whole lot of seedlings, so I'll show you a few of those seedlings that are in the glass house soon. But my tasks were to trim all the hedges. That one I decided was a bit ambitious because I've realised we have a petrol trimmer, and being pregnant I probably shouldn't use the heavy petrol trimmer, so Caleb's been doing that and we're very nearly there, which is fantastic. I've done a bit of a clean up of the chicken coop, started saving seeds, done some feeding of the garden, and I'm still needing to take the cuttings of the mother of all herbs. And with the feeding the garden, I got a wonderful little mixer bottle from a friend for Christmas, which is fantastic. Normally I've been doing my mixes in my watering can, and especially at the moment it's getting a little bit heavy to cart around a full watering can and do so many laps. We're really lucky that currently there's no hosing ban in Christchurch. and we're meant to be watering every second day. I only water every third or fourth day anyway, so that's completely fine. But while there's no hose ban, I've got this little bottle which you can fill neat with your product, whatever you're using. So could be the seaweed tea I've made, or I've currently got sheep poo one sitting, or a pre-made one. Pour it in there, and then it has, you can change the ratios and it automatically dilutes, which makes things so much easier when you can't carry heavy watering cans. So I've been doing the feeding as well. And one thing I need to look into is planting asparagus. So that's like halfway through the video telling you what I have done, which it's quite nice when I read through it because it makes me realize I've done things. Oh, and leeks, that's something I forgot to write down, but planted a whole lot of leek seedlings and they have come along really well so far, which is fantastic. So February, currently a blank page and about to get into my plan. And February, my plan is pretty much exactly the same as January. I've added nothing. There you go. Everything's exactly the same, and I just need to do my transplanting of the seedlings that I planted in January. So there you go, that makes it easy. I'll leave it. My February plan is exactly the same as my January plan. Planting more of those transitional season crops and making sure we've got some good winter crops that are a good size before we get into winter. My tasks, remulching is one of the things. The birds, as always, love getting into the pea straw, which, you know, is pretty okay, but it does mean a lot of it is on the paths, so I need to put them back in and then just layer it up a bit more so I can save all the moisture from the garden and suppress the weeds. And thin the apple tree, which you can't quite see in this video, but the apple tree is absolutely laden. We did a little bit of a thinning before Christmas and didn't do quite enough, so we're going to do another thinning. And we've tried the apples that are only so big, and they're actually sweet enough to do something with, so we'll be able to use our thinnings to cook with, which is great. And what I've done is added a little section down here from the garden book, because it just kind of gives you a whole lot of ideas of what's really good to feed things with, and there's different tips and tricks. I'm going to try write them down as I go, and I'll share them with you as I go, so that I can remember things that either I might know, might not know, or just forget. So that's really interesting. So that was my January plan, what I'm doing for February. Two more things. Number one, I've actually started Instagram, which I started mid-January after thinking ages and ages I'm just not going to do it. I'm like, let's just give it a go this year. So if you want to have a look at my Instagram, it's rugru_NZ, and I'm trying to put some more things on there, definitely more regular than these videos at the moment, showing you what I'm doing, what I'm up to in my garden. And number two is Shed Wars that I've been involved in loosely over the last couple of weeks. I've joined a challenge this week to see how much I can grow or pick in from my garden from just this 1 week. So Friday through to Friday this week. So check back on Friday and I'll be able to show you my weigh in of what I've been growing. And I've been picking lots so far, so hopefully we've got our best foot forward for our team to be able to win a challenge, because currently our team hasn't won a challenge yet. So thank you so much for my whirlwind chat this morning before I head to work. I hope you have a fantastic day in your garden. I'd love to know where in the world you are and what you're planting at the moment. I know there's so many different seasons and so many different things. Some gardens are just laying bare and just overwintering, and some people have got a whole lot going on. So thank you, and I'll catch you again next time. Ka kite.